Hello, everyone. I'm really excited to be here today with Gabriella Guez. She earned her AA in communications at Broward College and then went on to University of Florida, where she applied to the very difficult to get into, but she did public relations program there. She had a lot of success in there, including one of their coveted internships, which led her to her role today at Telemundo, and I will let her tell you the exciting thing that she's going to be doing right after this, and we'll find out how she got to Broward College next. So, Gabriella, welcome and thank you for coming on.
Thank you. Thanks to you, Jill. Thank you so much for the invitation. And I'm so excited to share with you some information with my BC colleagues.
And tell us about your role now with Telemundo, what you're doing.
Yeah, so the exciting news is that I'm part of, I will be covering the Tokyo 2021 Olympics this upcoming summer. So I'm going to work as a researcher for Telemundo Deportes, and I'm going to be providing a lot of information, data, statistics, athletes, history and background, and there's going to be a lot of work this summer. So I'm excited about it.
It is. That's really great. And go Team USA. So thank you for that. Why don't you tell us a little about where you went to high school and how do we get so lucky to get a superstar at Broward College for us?
Yeah, so I actually went to high school in Lima, Peru. I actually was one of the youngest in graduating. I was 16 years old. And then a couple years after, I decided I wanted to take, a new path. And that's when I came to the US and I learned about VC, and then I decided to apply.
Okay, so you applied and then went on and got your degree to go on to UF. Is there anything that stood out for you about Broward College? Anything that you want to share?
Yeah, I mean the welcoming of especially when you're part of a minority and you move to a new country, you don't know that much about it, you don't know how's the process and applying to a new college. It's completely different than Peru. So the welcoming, the experience was amazing for me. It helped, like those 2 years, it helped me a lot, and it helped me land my dream school, which is University of Florida, and which is, by the way, it's one of the top 10 public schools in the entire country.
Yes, definitely. And public relations is a very hard program to get into there. So that's really great to hear. So, what advice were you given that helped you to get where you are today? You obviously are a hard worker.
Yeah, I mean, I think being passionate, being grateful, being resilient, those are the qualities that shape the person that I am today. So because leaving the country at the age of 19 wasn't easy at all, leaving all behind, all my family, my friends, my culture. So uh, in facing different challenges, I mean, once again, especially when you're Latino, I feel like those are the qualities that help me land where I am today.
Wow, that's pretty amazing. You came over all by yourself, huh? Good for
Yeah,
you. Good for you.
but I made it. I
So,
made it.
so that being said, do you have any kind of favorite quote that you might want to share?
Yes, there's one that stood out for me. You, it's something like that. I don't know exactly how it is, but it's like you can never change your life until you step out of your comfort zone. So like it was like life begins at the end of your comfort zone. So intentionally leaving your comfort zone, it helps you develop, a growth mindset. And I feel like this is the only way to truly live your life and reach those goals. Having a growth mindset, it inspires us to take new risks and to potentially lead to positive outcomes.
Oh, that's really interesting.
Absolutely.
Thank you for that. Otherwise, everyone would have thought the earth was flat, right? No one would have
Right.
circumvented the globe. So thank you for being one of those people that is willing to try new things because you're obviously going great places. So what is something that you're deeply grateful for that you would want to share?
um, Being alive. I During my last year of college, I got into a terrible accident. I couldn't walk for
Mm,
almost 2 months, and I mean, I personally identify myself as an active person, so it was really frustrating to to do daily tasks and depending on someone else. So, but this was a powerful way to practice gratitude. Like, I mean, sometimes like as humans, like it's totally natural that we tend to take small things for granted, like us breathing, living, walking, doing everything that you do now, we take it for granted. So so yeah, I'm grateful for. Every day I'm grateful that I do that I love the most, and I'm able to do it.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that you had to go through those
Yeah,
circumstances, but I'm
but
so
you always have
glad.
to think of the positive of
Right,
it.
silver linings. I'm so glad to hear that. That's really beautiful. So do you have any heroes in your life that you want to tell us?
I think my mom. I admire her a lot. She actually, this is an interesting fact. She actually did the same thing as I did. So when she was on her early 20s, she also came to the United States by all by herself with no money in her pockets. And she went to New York and she started all from zero. She was able to build her own business. Um, and she always tells me this story that she was able to open her office on Fifth Avenue, and I always love to hear that story. It's really inspiring me.
That's
So
great.
when I came here, uh, I didn't feel like I was by myself, but I didn't feel I was all alone because I knew that my mom did the same thing, to achieve her dreams.
Wow, that's great. Does she still have business or she went back to Lima?
No, she moved back to Peru. That's where I was raised, and yeah, she's still there.
Oh,
She's still
great.
there in
She must
Peru.
be super proud of you, I'm sure. And I'm sure when she
Yeah, she
watches the
she
Olympics,
is.
she'll be thinking about you. That's so awesome. So
I
how
know.
about community involvement? You seem like a grateful person. Do you do things to give back in our community?
I will always be grateful for the Latino community. Like I was always proud of being Peruvian, of being Latina. But never until I got here to the country. Like I knew Latinos were powerful, but my mindset changed when I met wonderful people here. Like it's amazing how the Latino community is so strong. They're willing to help every single time, and while being proud of the roots. Like it's amazing for me. So I'm always gonna serve and give back to my community.
Yes, we'll have to introduce you. There's a Hispanic Women of Distinction. Our chief of staff, Broward College was honored, and so many people, they get over 800 come to this event. It's
Oh,
in
really,
August,
that's
but
amazing.
yes, I will definitely share it with you.
Yes, yes, absolutely,
So that will
absolutely.
be fun. So any other words of wisdom that you want to share that somebody might be thinking about going to Broward College, maybe afraid of the language barrier, maybe afraid to take a career in television, which might be so competitive? What words of advice would you share?
Um, being goal oriented, but not abuse of it. Like enjoy the process, and like I mean, my vision towards victory. Sometimes it made it difficult for me to enjoy the present, being mindful of the present. So because sometimes I was missing out, important moments in my life, especially during college and in between those achievements. So being goal oriented, it could be quite positive when it's not abused. So and yeah, I mean personally I'm guilty of sometimes, obsessing over finish lines, but this advice helped me a lot to slow down, and that's when the magic happens. But keep being, out of your comfort zone as well,
Mm.
and keep reaching those dreams.
Oh, that's great. I know, I agree. I think that sometimes you take on too much, but when you get finished, you feel like, gosh, I'm glad I did this. But while
Yeah.
I was looking forward to it and doing it, it was definitely challenging. So I really appreciate talking to you. I want to stay in touch with you. I think you're going to go
Yes.
big and far places. We hope you stay in the Miami market, so you stay close by. But if not, we'll
I
understand
wish you can see. I love it
following a
here.
big, bold career. So thank you again.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate having you.
Thank you so much, Gio. Thank you so much for the invitation. And I hope to see you soon.
Thank you. Thank you.